All right, here we are again. I'm working on this trailer again. So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna work on getting these boards ready, the little deck boards and the strips. So I'll show you what I got here. So yeah, I got some little boards. I did pre-cut the lengths and stuff, and my strips here are 1.5 inches wide. I got a little aluminum strip, so that's what I'll be working on. I'm gonna router them up and stuff for the strips, and I also have to router the edge. You can see here for the welds I have to router the edge so that board sits down nice. So my cheap little Canadian Tire router table. So I'll get that baby rigged up. I keep some of these ends, and I use them for so I don't muck up the boards. I practice my depths, my widths, and whatever on that stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. So like I said, I'll get this on the tripod, and I'll just go to town routering, I guess. Got a lot to do, make a big mess, but it'll be all right. I'll get them done, and we'll go from there. So I got them all routed. Turned out real nice. It actually wasn't that hard to do. Show you here. So basically, yeah. So what I got going on is routed them to keep the strips are kind of flush, right? Just to keep them from protruding too high. So got it flush there. And then I'll go ahead and I got to drill all the holes so I can mount the straps down, and then I'll deal with them, get them all tidied up. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. So I'll keep on plugging away here. I'll get all these strips ready to be bolted down, and I'm just going to drill and tap this crossbars to bolt them down. So, and there'll be lots, right? There'll be lots of button heads holding these down. So should look pretty good when it's done. All of them there. You can see I did start to drill and tap these back ones. I still got about 100 of them to do, so I'll keep on trucking, and then I got to blow this all apart. Yeah, I have to pull all the boards out, stain them. I'm going to sand up the strips so I can paint them, and we'll keep on trucking. I'm going to stain and clear coat the boards so they kind of match the boards in the box of the truck. Yeah, it's turning out nice, but it's getting late here. I think I'm going to head in, have a bite to eat, and we'll get after it again here probably tomorrow. Okay, so we're back out in the garage. Last time we were out here working, I was working on drilling and tapping the bolts for the strips on the floor. I got them all done. What I'm working on now is my inner fenders, or the skirts for these fenders. So I went ahead and measured the maximum height of the arm. So I got that set here, and I'm going to go ahead and I need to mark the holes to mount this. So I'm going to mark the holes to my braces first. Then I can slowly start mounting it, and when I get it where I like it, I can clean it up to fit the fender well. And then I'm going to go ahead later too and put more bolts to bolt it all the way around the edge of the fender. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to go ahead and mark it so I can start getting it mounted. So I was able to stick my handy pencil through there and mark. It's just really hard to see, so I was just cautious about I don't want to drill a bunch of holes I don't need. So, but anyways, I think I got that. I'll run and get my drill, and I think I can drill these out, and then I'll kind of start bolting it up as I go so that I don't lose its position. There. Like I said, that holds it. I do have to trim a bunch just around the edge to make it match the fender real nice. That should hold it while I work my way around. So I'll go get another wrench so I can pull these out without releasing it, and I'll mark them and move on. The fender's actually still pretty sturdy because it's mounted in the front and mounted on the bottom here, but I just don't want it to move any more than it has to. All right, I did forget that this one is a blind hole into that pipe, so I'll have to find a way to mark it. But I'll go ahead and pop this off, drill that other hole. I think it's turning out pretty nice. I like how it's looking. It'll really start to pop and look good once once it's all painted up and I got the button head bolts and stuff. That'll really tidy it up. So. Okay, there we go. And I got some nice lines to follow to give me an idea where to clean up on. So I'll go ahead and get my grinder and I'll clean it up, and we'll get it mounted up. So see how it looks. Okay, so I went ahead and I got the edges cleaned up to match the fenders. What I also did was I evenly spaced, and I drilled some more holes through the center to mount it to the fender better. But I just put them spaced evenly where they look good and even. So I'll go ahead and put this back in, see how it looks, and I can go ahead and drill the holes in through the fender. Then I have to go ahead and fix my muck up on this. And I'll explain as soon as I get this, as soon as I'm okay with this, I'll explain what I'm going to do there. There we go. I like how it's looking. Like I said, these other bolts will really tug it in. So let's go ahead and drill them. All right, that's about got them. Yep, I think that looks good. And then I'm going to hit the whole thing with the DA as well, because I don't want the super fine, the super shiny finish. Plus, like I said, this aluminum has been kicking around for a long time around my place, so it's got some scratches and stuff. And then I did make a couple little scratches, so I just want to give it more of a matte aluminum finish with that sander. I think it'll look real good. Oh yeah, so I guess what I'm up to now is I gotta fix my little issue here. So I'm gonna pop this one more time, pop this off, and I'll explain what I'm doing there. So in this truck, I have a lot of aluminum in the interior. If you can see that, but yeah. So I did the interior of this truck with a lot of aluminum, with some copper rivets. So I think what I'm going to do to kind of match the interior of the truck and to fix my muck-up. I cut out a piece. I also dimple dyed it. So I'm gonna put it in the corner here. I'm gonna put it in the corner, and I'm gonna put some copper rivets all around. Okay, like I said, I just use my little compass. 3/8 around the edge, 2 inches. I'm gonna punch a hole. Okay, so I got them all laid out, all center punched. I guess I do have a 3/16 bit. Go ahead and drill all these babies out, and then I can transfer it to the other piece. I have a box of rivets. I'll go ahead and lay them rivets in it, and we can see what it looks like. All right, so I'm still working on this trailer. I had a little camera issue. Last we talked, I was working on this piece. I was getting the holes drilled. I like these brass rivets because I feel they give it a nice contrast. The shiny, or the silver versus the brass. So anyways, that's what it'll kind of look like once it's bolted on. Yeah, I went ahead and got this baby sanded down. I started 80 grit, 120 grit, and then 400 grit. That's where I'm going to stop. I think I like this kind of this matte, scuffed look. So that's what I'm going to stop with. I'm gonna go with this. I did also go ahead and I also went ahead and copied the other one for the other side. Made another one of these. So now I think we're going to go ahead and I'll move this over to the bench. All right, so what I did here was I just put all the rivets in just to hold it in its good position, so I don't fight to put them in. And I bolted these together. I'll pop all these out so they don't bounce around everywhere. Now, to do it, I had to buy this tool that goes in your air hammer, the rounded tip that fits it, and then you just need a backing. Find the hardest part is to not get the smiley faces. You got to hold your tool real straight, real sturdy, straight down, so you don't get the smiley faces. So we'll go ahead and do the first one here. And that's all there is to it. There we go. So that's about the gist of it. I'll go ahead and do the other one, and then we'll get these suckers mounted, and we'll be able to take a look at what they look like. Okay, so I got these panels both kind of buffed up, got them both riveted, got them both temporarily kind of lightly bolted in. When it's time, I'll pull this floor apart. I'm gonna sand and stain these boards, and I'm going to hit these strips with the same treatment. But they'll also get the button heads, these little stainless button heads, to hold them down as well. I got these little tail lights. They kind of match that truck's tail lights. So build little brackets off the frame of the trailer. Just some nice little tidy, hopefully cool looking little brackets to mount these babies. And we'll go from there. I did measure on that other truck. It is about, from the fender, about 7 inches over. So I think I'll keep that to keep it relative. And then I was thinking for an old license plate here. Yeah, I don't want it hanging over the deck. It'll be in the way of my hooks. And I also don't want it sticking out too far, because the way this is, I think I have 1.5 inches, so 8.5. So I want the taillight to center about 8.5 inches over. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the license plate under the taillight at an angle, and I can keep it so that it doesn't hit the ground, it won't stick out too far, and it won't be over my deck. I want it roughly to the bottom of the light, roughly 6 inches up. Yeah, and over 8.5. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the bench there, get some cardboard, and I'm just going to square off a piece that's at least 8 inches over and 6 inches high. Well, I'll go a little higher too to account for the brace. So again, no big deal. I'll just square off this chunk. I just have to decide how I want to make this. But yeah, anyways, so that'll kind of mount to the trailer. It'll arc there, and then like I kind of drew on it, I'll drill a bunch of decreasing in size holes to give it that, you know, speed holes, right? To give it that, you know, look. So there we go. So I'll transfer this to some metal, but I don't think I'm going to do it right now. It's getting a little late. I do got to run to the grocery store, so I'm going to go ahead and just I think I'm going to call it a night. All right, so here we are again. I'm still working on these tail light brackets. I do have the 2 little brackets cut out. So it kind of looks like. I made it so it'll bolt to the back of the light. So it'll kind of look like that, right? So what's going to happen, and I'll weld these to the trailer. It's kind of thin. That's all I had. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little strut or a little brace, make it look good. So I'm going to go ahead and punch some holes in it, or drill some holes in it to make it, you know, make it kind of match the look of the trailer. Kind of look tough. I like to take some sockets and kind of just various sizes, right? So just kind of set them out to see what that, you know, to get an idea what it'll look like. I think that's pretty much it. I think I'll go with that. So I'll mark this one, drill all the holes to these sizes, and then I'll just transfer it to the other one. And then I'll clean them up again and be ready to weld them back on. All right, so here we got these holes drilled. I didn't realize the camera wasn't catching the drill press, but I just used the drill press and various size drill bits and hole saws for these bigger ones. So, but anyways, here we go. Got these babies cut out and then get welded to the frame. So that's what's going to look like. So I'll get set up over there and we'll get these babies tacked on and see what they look like. Yep, I like it. I'm going to run a little rod back to the frame, just a little rod like I did the fender braces, just a little chunk of cold roll there, and that'll brace that right up, right solid. Then I'll go ahead and finish welding this up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So, yeah, I got a couple little rods I made here. I'll just go down to the frame like that. There, that did the trick. That baby ain't going nowhere now. I'll finish that welding after the fender's off so I don't make a mess. Yep, I think I like it. I think it'll be good. Okay, so I did go ahead and throw the taillights on. I kind of wanted to see how they look. So I got the boards out, and but anyways, I'll grab the camera and I'll get a little close, and you can kind of see what my taillight brackets are looking like. And so, what I did yesterday is I brought in my little paint booth that I kind of fabbed up out of. I just framed up some 1x4s and some plastic and stuff. Mostly to keep the paint, keep the mess off my stuff in the garage. So get ready to paint these fenders, and then I can actually put the whole thing together. So anyway, so let's take a look here. There you can see I got the boards all stained up. Kind of it's just the same stain as I used on on the floor of that old truck that this is going to go behind. I'll show you my my little paint booth that I use. It works okay. So yeah, so that's how it looks now. I like how it looks. It's just, I like the metal finish. It's just got that protection now, right? And and it makes it pop a little, right? Gives it that little shinier, gives the metal a little shinier look. So get them fenders in here, get them babies painted, and I can work on putting this thing together. So let's get to work. Got this baby shook up and should be ready to rock. So I'll mix this paint 4-to-1 with my thinner, and I'll go ahead and get it on them fenders. All right, so I got them fenders painted. They're gonna be okay. I'm not a painter. I don't even claim to be. I don't hardly know what I'm doing half the time. I'm just too cheap to pay someone to do this stuff. So I learn as I go, and I paint stuff the best I can. So welcome back. I just got home from work. I'm gonna run a tap through all the holes that I got threaded just to clean the paint out of them. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this thing together. Okay, so I went ahead and mounted the airbags as well. So now I think the next step I'll do is I already made provisions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the air lines down through, so they're going to go through the frame so that they're underneath the deck, and I'm going to run them up inside the neck, the airline and the electrical for the taillight. So that's the way it's all hidden underneath the deck of the trailer, and like I said, through the neck to the hitch. So that's what I'll do now. I'll get these hoses plumbed in here. All right, so now what I'm doing, I got carried away. I didn't film a bunch of it, but I put a bunch of this trailer back together, put the fenders on and stuff, and in a bit we'll show you what it looks like. But what I'm doing now is I gotta pull some wire through for the taillights. So I already got the air hose for the airbags ran through the center of the hitch, and I got this wire shoved up through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loom these wires together and pull them down through there. So with some loom on them. So yeah, I'll get these wires tied together, loom them up, and I'll pull them down through to the end of the trailer, and then I can terminate and put my little plug there and stuff. So I went ahead and kept working on this trailer. I didn't have the camera on for some of it, but I got the wires pulled through. I got the fenders put together, got the deck on. So I got the strips. I got the fenders on. I got the tires, tail lights. I got it wired for. The only thing I didn't have was I didn't have the right plug, so I still have to get a plug. And I didn't have the right hose, but I got a hose that can make it work. So what I'm going to do now is I'll get this baby down on the ground, and I'll be able to plug it into the truck, and we'll see this thing go, hopefully see this thing go up and down. All right, so there's my little trailer. Like I said, I got it hooked to that truck. I'll air it up for you, but I like how it turned out. I think it looks pretty tough. Okay, anyways, there it is. I'll jump in this truck and I'll air it up, and we'll be able to see how that looks. The truck and the trailer aired up there. So like I said, that's with it aired up. I'll jump in and air it down, but that's about ride height for the trailer. That's where it'll kind of ride. I'll have to probably be cautious around some, some rough areas and stuff. And it's a little late in the year, but they're calling for okay weather. So if it works out in the next few days or something, we'll take this truck and trailer for a little drive, and I'll get a shot or something of that and show you guys. I think it'll look real tough. Maybe get a motorcycle on there or something. So yeah. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll have some pictures and stuff on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and so on. So again, thanks for watching.